Hi there, I'm Emily Duplessis from Rental Rookie, and today I'm going to answer the question, what are association fees and how can they impact my cash flow? Now, when we typically talk about association fees, we're thinking of properties that are condos or townhouses or maybe even a single family property that's located in a subdivision. And what that actually ends up happening is that a lot of times there are associations that go along with those property units, and they will charge a monthly fee that you have to pay. And typically that monthly fee includes something, whether that is, when we lived in a condo, it included water, sewage, trash. Sometimes in higher end condos, you might get a gym access or cable and internet, a common area. Oftentimes it takes care of maintaining the roads in a community. If you're in a subdivision, it'll take care of like snow removal and those sorts of things. If you're in a townhouse, same sort of thing. It might be snow removal in the parking lots. But the reality is that it's a fee that you have to pay every month as the owner of that property. Now, one of the things that you'll want to consider, I guess, and take into consideration is that when you run a property analysis on a property that has an association fee, you will need to include that in your property analysis as a monthly cost, right? That's going to total into the total monthly amount that you're going to pay to run that property every month. Now, one of the caveats about association fees that you need to be aware of is that they can go up at any time without much that you can do. So, one of the things that really kind of stinks about association fees is that typically there are a board of individuals who live in the community who are on this board, and they'll have potentially monthly or quarterly meetings. So you can go to those so that you have kind of say or weigh in as to what's happening with your association. But if they are going through and looking at making improvements to the complex, or let's say that you have a pool area or a common building, and maybe that needs a new roof, or maybe the parking area needs new pavement, those sorts of things, and they don't have the reserve or the funds for that, they can charge more to you as the owner in the association fee, which ultimately then inhibits or impacts your cash flow as an investor. So, that definitely happened to us with one of the condos that we owned. We have owned a handful of condos and townhouses, and for the most part, most of our association fees have remained the same, but we did have one condo where they did go up a little bit. It wasn't dramatic, but the fact is that they can. And so, as you're running your analysis, you're going to want to make sure that you think about that. Even though your association fee right now might only be $120 a month, is there room for that to go up a little bit over potentially the current life of you owning that property? So definitely something that you're going to want to consider and think about whenever you are going to buy a property that has an association fee attached to it.